What's up? Oh, I need to put my mic on. What's up, everybody, man? I want to come on here before the game so I can go ahead and give my picks, give my predictions, do my breakdown of these two games, man. Hey, I'll be doing this all during the football season, the rest of the football season, the pro and college season. Looks like we got 3 college games left, and we got the whole NFL playoffs left. I'm looking forward to bringing some other guys on with me to do these predictions, and we may even do some reaction videos as well. So make sure you like and subscribe to this video. That's like and subscribe to this video. Share it with all your friends, and I'm gonna give you some picks. So if you want to make a little change, you can go ahead and do that. Remember, my picks are for entertainment purposes only. But if you choose to go use my picks on those many platforms out there where you can place a bet, make sure you throw your boy something in the Cash App or even on the Super Chat. So I'm about to give it to you now, right? The first game I wanna break down is the game that's happening in about an hour. Oh man, in about 30 minutes. So let me go ahead and get to this. I think this is a great matchup. This is a very tight matchup. Right now, the game opened up at where Penn State was a 1.5 point favorite. Last time I checked, it's down to a pick 'em. My pick in this game, let me just go through my train of thought when I'm breaking down this game. I look at the talent. Let's look at the talent. The talent is pretty even across the board for me. It's pretty even. Both of them are pretty decent in the trenches. Both of them are pretty decent at skill positions. I think Penn State has a slight edge at running back, and Notre Dame has a slight edge at wide receiver. But they're all are very close. I think the quarterbacks, right? As a pro prospect, people will say they're not even close. Drew Aller versus Riley Leonard. I like to call him White Vic. That's what they used to call him when he played at Duke. White Vic, because of his extreme mobility that he played with at Duke. He's not playing with that level of mobility, a little more controlled at Notre Dame, but still a very mobile player. And he did break out to run some last week to get the victory. So it was, like I said, I think he is comparable to Drew Aller in my opinion. His mobility more than makes up for the advantage that Drew has as a passer. So I think that's pretty close. Where I think this game really breaks down for me in 2 places. It breaks down that the best unit on the field is the Notre Dame defense. The Notre Dame defense is the best unit on the field. They look a lot like an SEC defense. They are strong in the front 7, very strong, powerful. They can run and cover sideline to sideline, and they're pretty comparable in the secondary. In my opinion, Penn State doesn't offer much of a threat at wide receiver, so Notre Dame having average DBs, above average to average DBs, is comparable. They'll be able to do a pretty good job on Penn State's wide receivers. With the Notre Dame defense having been the best group, I believe they'll force Penn State's offense and Drew Aller into some bad situations that could result in turnover. So, though this game is a pick'em, I get an edge clearly to Notre Dame. And let's look at the coaching breakdown, because I think initially I thought I would give the edge to James Franklin based on experience. But when I break down how coaches manage the game, I think Marcus Freeman does a great job of managing the game, knowing what his team's identity is, and playing to that identity. Penn State, and sometimes in big games, particularly against Ohio State, Michigan, over the years I've watched, he tends to try to make up for play above, call a game that ultimately puts his team in a situation where they're not able to stick to what their identity is, right? I remember a few years ago they had a very mobile quarterback, and they went out and tried to make him a passer, and the game unraveled against Ohio State. So, again, I think Penn State in these games tends to stray away from their identity. Even though Drew Aller is probably one of the best players on their offense, to me, Singleton is the guy, he's the straw that stirs the drink. You got to get the ball to Singleton in the running game if Penn State, and he has to be effective. I doubt that he'll be that effective against that Notre Dame defense. And if Drew Aller is forced to win the game, I think he's going to be forced in some mistakes. They're also going to be in a situation where they're down in distance. Is going to be unfavorable. And against that Notre Dame defense, I predict there are going to be some turnovers. So, again, I got Notre Dame in a 3 to 5 point win. Right now, it's a pick 'em. So if you go over to FanDuel, you go over to DraftKings, you go over to BetUS, Bovada, wherever you guys bet, and you guys can pick up that as a pick 'em. I think that's a great bargain if you get Notre Dame right now for the win. Next one I want to go over with you guys, and this is probably – anyway, I didn't mean to – see, I got to get used to these controls here. The next game I want to go over with you guys is this Texas-Ohio State game. I was going to wait till tomorrow to do it, but I may as well go ahead and do it all right now. This is a really interesting game, and this is, to me, the most intriguing game of them all. And this is me, in my opinion, this is the de facto national championship game because I think either one of these teams that win will beat the winner of the Notre Dame-Penn State game. That's what I sincerely believe. But when I look at this game, and I go to the coaching matchup, the coaching matchup in this game, and these coaches are eerily similar, in my opinion. They are offensive-minded coaches and want to control the game using their offense, even though their defensive units are the best units on their team, in my opinion. So they don't necessarily want to play and complement their defenses. They want to use their offenses to control the game. And when we look at their offenses, we got to look at the quarterback position. And by any measure you want to take, Will Howard is playing better at this point than Quinn Ewers. That's a fact. Will Howard has been playing lights out. He's been playing sensational. Getting the ball to Smith and those other guys, man, he's playing sensational. So when I look at this, even though I think the offenses are pretty even, with Jeremiah Smith, Will Howard getting in the ball, Henderson running the football, I think ultimately they have a better offense, especially with the play of Will Howard. You look over on the defenses. I think the defenses are comparable. If I have to give one defense an edge, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I give Texas the edge on defense. I give Texas the edge on defense, but it's really, really close. It's really, really close. And if I were to break it down, I would say Texas is better up front, and Ohio State is slightly better in the secondary. That's how I break it down. But overall, I think Texas is better. So with that being said, and understanding that currently Ohio State is a 5-point favorite. They are a 5-point favorite. I think Ohio State will outright win, but I don't think they'll cover the 5.5, to be honest with you. I think this game is decided late by a field goal, and I got to take Ohio State for the overall victory. But I think if you're going to take Texas, I think you should take Texas and the points. They're getting 5 points. I wouldn't be surprised if Texas out and out wins this game. Look at this. Texas is playing this game in Texas. They're playing this game in Jerry World. They obviously will have a home crowd, though there will be a large contingent of Ohio State people there.
And they better be.
But ultimately, I think this game will be decided by the smallest of margins. I give the edge to Ohio State. I think their quarterback is playing better. And that's sincerely why I think they'll win. I think Quinn Ewers, he's turned the ball over in some really bad situations down the stretch. And, and that will be the edge. However, if Quinn Ewers can somehow play clean, eliminate the turnovers, and Sark decides to hang in there and lean on his running game and not get really clever in the passing game, and leans on it and plays complementary football to that defense. At the end of the day, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Texas wins. But again, I'm taking Ohio State on the money line, and I'm taking Texas getting 5 points, man. Hey,
really love Ohio.
Do
you really love Ohio?
Do I really love Ohio? Do I really?
I said, tell them why.
Okay. My wife is from Cincinnati. And for those of you all who don't know, Cincinnati is in northern Kentucky, really close to Ohio. Yeah, Cincinnati is in northern Kentucky, man. Hey, man, but I really enjoyed doing this video. I kept it under 15 minutes, man, so make sure y'all go watch it. If you missed anything, watch it from start to finish. Much love, everybody, and I'm out.